was not exactly the kind of path that I think everybody thought Team USA would take into this knockout phase, but they are here after all. U.S. is the road team as the 2 seed coming out of their pool will look like this. Bobby Witt Jr. leads off. Ha-seong earned his way into the lineup with the 2-home run game against Italy. Michael Soroka, one-time top prospect.
Aggressive, try to pound strikes, get score early.
Bobby Witt Jr. leads things off and takes strike one. It's been interesting with this together the rallies like you'd expect.
Yeah, and part of that is going to be, again, you know, you talk about they're with their team. They start
win against Colombia. Boy, that is one impressive walk right there, showing yet another dimension of his game.
Yeah, and he's got a lot of
needed the win to ensure advancing. Harper with a big rip and a miss. And both things can be true. It can be true that he could have had a better
of options. And everybody deserves an opportunity to play. At this point now, when you get to this round, then those options get limited because of the lack of playing time for certain guys.
Harper drills the ball straight away center field. Clark to the track at the wall. He's got it. Denzel Clark goes to a part of the park that had 2 home runs in this WBC for the Yankee captain. Cranks this one to left field and a base hit that'll scoot to the wall. Witt flies for third. A juggle from Casey. He's in easily. A ringing double from Aaron Judge. And the U.S. in business quickly. Pulling the infield in here with 1 gone in the first inning. Schwarber bounces it off Naylor. The only play will be at first. Julian takes it himself. Bobby Witt scores the first run of the night. Kyle Schwarber jumps on the first pitch, drives in the first run. Managed every World Baseball Classic for Team Canada. Bregman fouls it back. He's the only manager of any country that can say that in an event that go to
coaching staff.
A pop fly off of the bat of Bregman into shallow right field. Julian is there, and that'll do it for the U.S. But a much-needed good start for the Americans. From Canada's lineup, the biggest names in this group, Naylor and O'Neill, have not done a whole lot in this World Baseball Classic. It's been Owings for the offense. Logan Webb, who started the first game of the World Baseball Classic for the Americans, pours in a strike, and he gave up a home run to the first hitter. Going with the 1-1 pitch to Lopez, and there is a bouncer that bounds right over Bregman into left field. Otto Lopez starts things with a single for Canada.
Can I give you a little perspective between these 2 lineups?
Yeah.
All right. We talked about this lineup, and you can make that look like it's not that important.
Josh Naylor comes up here, the biggest name for Team Canada, and out of those 74 home runs, he had 20 of them last year, split between the slowest runner in the majors.
Yeah, you could have given me 250 guesses on how many stolen bases he had.
Webb brings him a 1-2. He reaches out and pops it down the left field line. Long way to go for Alex Bregman, who gets there in foul ground. Back to first goes Lopez. 2-0 from Webb. O'Neill hits it on the ground, left side and through. 2 on for Canada in this first inning. And in this WBC for Canada, it's not been Naylor and it's not been O'Neill. It's been this guy right here, Owen Casey, one of the top prospects in baseball. Then he started to think about it and thought, well, my path is clear. This is probably the opening day right fielder in Miami.
Yeah, sometimes I can certainly speak to a trade that I'm sure much like him. He's like, I got a great chance to get in there quicker.
Behind 1 and 2 here. 2 aboard with 1 away. Waves and misses. That's strike 3 and 2 gone. 2 on, 2 out. Abraham Toro, another one of the stars of this classic for Canada. 3 for 5 with a home run against Cuba in the clinching game on Wednesday, and a .467 average for the tournament. Quickly 0-2. Webb with a chance to get out of this first inning jam. Hasn't missed a start in the last 4 years. You talk about being able to count on a guy. Logan Webb is that man. He winds up coming up in the second. U.S. looking for a 5th consecutive win head-to-head against Canada. His future certainly bright. I think the Red Sox, too, should be competitive, should be right in it this year. Bouncer down to first, Naylor to the big dumper. Cal Raleigh pops it up, foul ground. Naylor's over with Toro, and Naylor's got it. 2 away. That's Josh's brother, Bo, catcher for the Guardians, over there making the grab.
Players in the different countries to enhance their baseball program. And every time the Team USA puts a roster together, they're going to be one of the favorites.
Another payoff to Terang. Breaks in for strike 3, and Michael Soroka's got a 1-2-3 second. Back in Houston, you can switch to T-Mobile and get free MLB.TV available March. Rosa had his eyes on Webb back in his first WBC as the manager in 2023. Finally able to convince him here in 2026. The decision actually happened aboard the tour bus of the country. He's got the other guys involved. He told Ernest, he told McAfee, we got to get this guy to play for Team USA. McAfee shows up in a Team USA hat. And you have these pitch limits. So you got a guy like Webb, he's going to get a lot deeper into the game than your average pitcher. He strikes out Black, his 3rd consecutive kill.
Yeah, that's exactly right. In an era where there's
Guardians had that huge run last year to win the division, win 20 of their last 25 games, take it from the Tigers, and Naylor had
actually was surprised by more answers that I got talking to position players on how helpful this actually is for them, instead of it being more hurtful.
Denzel Clark made a nice defensive play already. Takes a strike, and it's 0-2. The intensity of these games are much.
Right off of that point, he just threw it.
There it is, pounded into the ground with Clark speeded to be tough to get the out at second, and that's all. Well, fielder's choice and 2 away.
More mistakes than he should.
Edward Julian, runner at first, 2 away, 1-0 game. Julian smacks one to short, and there's Bobby Witt to pick it off.
More last 48 hours. Is there anything, Mark, you would like people to know just about the way you approach this job?
I have an undying passion for it and an undying.
Thanks very much.
All right, Kenny. Pete Armstrong, one of those A's, has a base hit to open this 3rd inning. Successful tournament for Team USA was going to be to win the whole thing. The only way for that to all go away will be if they still figure out a way to go on to Miami and win the whole thing. Not going to be a. And then Puerto Rico, Venezuela, Japan, all options in the championship game. Throw to second is just in time to get Pete Crow Armstrong. Azado Lopez. Bryce is one of those guys who's in that typically spring stage of trying to find his swing. Sessions, he tries to unlock things. Normally not a big deal right now. You're thinking I still got 2 weeks to get ready for opening day. But in this case, and a double from Judge. Way up there. Get your ground rules sheet out. Now to Lopez in shallow center field, lets it drop. And did. Soroka throws, and Judge takes a strike. Their Judge, 53 home runs last season, 2 in this World Baseball Classic. Waits on a 3-1 pitch. Takes ball full the ice against Great Britain last weekend. Mark DeRosa said he's always been confident, and now you got the confidence combined with the fist,
but he's got it. And
here's a cue shot down to third. Only chances with a bare home from Toro, whose throw is wide. And again,
middle and mistake, it will be a loud noise. It could end up being 4 runs. He has not gotten off to a
one at all. The youngest guy on the team, handful of at-bats that time around. Much different place here. More than a decade into his major league career. Harper, bases loaded, 2 out, and a 2-1 pitch. Buckled his knees again, 2-2.
That's again, really good pitch.
This is wild for Alex Bregman. Here's the pitch. Ground ball, left side. Toro with a diving stop to his feet. Hits it high into the dugout. And Team USA cracks through. Harper in, Judd. Ernie Witt making a pitching change. A run in the first, 2 here in the third. Second and third, 2 out for Roman Anthony. The new pitcher for Team Canada is a 23-year-old minor leaguer, Micah Ashman, who was
Great opportunity
strike one
to showcase your skills. There's not a lot of intel on them, and this is the jerk.
Schwarber at third, Bregman at second. Anthony with a healthy cut and a miss. Strike two.
The amount of arms that we've seen in this tournament have been plentiful. I mean, the raw tournament like this.
Got him on 3 pitches. Impressive stuff from Micah Ashman. U.S. breaks through for a couple more, though.
What's different about this team that enabled it to reach the quarterfinals?
We have more major league players on it, and our pitchers are throwing well, and they have good arms.
They went from terrible to the best pitching staff right there with Puerto Rico in this tournament. Aldo Lopez to his shortstop counterpart Bobby Witt. Snaps up a throw for the first out. Naylor scorches one up the middle, but it's caught by Witt. A scorching, a bit of an overstatement of that thing. Knuckles out there. 2 up and 2 down for Logan.
A lot to show for it.
Tyler O'Neill's got one of the 3 hits for Canada. And it takes a strike from Webb. Fly ball left center field. Anthony to the gap. He's got it. That's a 6-pitch third for Webb. Back here in Houston, United States with a run in the first and 2 in the third as the Dominican Republic official in that Dominican Republic club. Here's Cal Rowley to start the 4th for Team USA. Rowley trying to get things started. Hasn't done a whole lot yet. Mark DeRosa's gone. Another 2-2, and Rowley's down swinging on a high fastball. So Ashman's faced 2 hitters. Roman Anthony, top prospect. Mark DeRosa predicted a 30-30 season. Not necessarily this season, but in Bryce Strang's future when we talked to him today.
He's got a lot of thunder in that bat.
Corks one the other way. A base hit for Terrain. So it is excellent work. Bryce has a tattoo on his arm of him and his dad both wearing their major league uniform. Should be said, though, it's not just dad. His mom was a stud softball player. Armstrong. Driven in the air to center field. Clark's going back. This is where balls have gone to die, and another does in front of that 409 sign. And he can go back in there and...
Better than me, we're going to be able to have that luxury of fly ball city.
Bounce back to the mound, and Ashman continues his impressive work. 1+ scoreless innings. The bottom of the 4th.
Can get the ball on the ground.
Casey slices his fly ball to center field. Pete Armstrong glides to it. 1 gone. Giants are going to be good this year. Taking a look at
that division, which I think if you're in that division, you're thinking not only his ability to pitch and get the ball on the ground.
Strike one on Tyler Black.
Get a lot of double plays, which are one of the best feelings in the world for a pitcher, right? You throw 1 pitch, you get 2 outs. But had that full swing to get that exit velocity.
It's a wave and a miss on that changeup, which has been the pitch that he...
That big a disparity between the two, and it was an epic World Series.
Hit hard, but Harper's there at first to take it himself. And after 4 innings in Houston, a 3-0 lead for the Americans. Harper is 0 for 2. Takes a strike. Just taking a look, John, at Dominican Republic's team batting numbers. As chopped along first, backhand Naylor. 1 way. How fun would Paul Skeens agree?
Looks like Luis Severino again.
Christopher Sanchez dominated today against Korea. Judge down to third for Toro. Another bad throw from him, but Naylor's able to hold the bag this time. 2 away. Run for the Americans on a 1-0 pitch. Swings over the top of a pitch that bounces. 1-1. You can just tell, especially on the left, he's really tough to see.
On a quality pitches, making hitters look kind of silly.
As Schwarber off balance, and against Harper, Judge, and Schwarber goes 1, 2, 3 with a few quiet ground balls. Watching Team Italy against Mexico. We're waiting to roar for Team USA. Leading 3-0, Logan Webb. Night where the limit moves up to 80 pitches in the quarterfinal, although Mark DeRosa said he's built up. Delivers an 0-1. Yeah, quickly ahead 0-2. That changeup dipping and diving under the swing.
Well, there's so many moving parts that people...
Guys to be in the same division this year, Webb and Julian. Julian going from Minnesota to Colorado this. Both men's and women's. World Series of a team from Canada against a team from USA. Base started to get the itch watching Team Canada in this World Baseball Classic. Julian takes the walk. His first one of the day for the Canadians. He misses from Logan Webb. 1 ball and no strikes. Webb fires and fouled off himself and in some pain as he skates down towards first. Naylor's on deck. And Webb getting close to that 70 pitch mark that Mark DeRosa. Here's the payoff. There goes Julian. Bounce back to Webb. He'll go to second. That's late. Throw to first. They'll get him. Took a shot at second. But with Julian off and moving with the pitch, he's in there safely. So Lopez out at first. 2 away in this 5th inning. Rosa 4 2/3. Nothing doing against Webb. Trying to pitch Team USA into the semifinal.
Yeah, did a nice job, and that's all you can ask for when you sign up.
Dominant last year with the Cubs, now with the Philadelphia Phillies. Pours in a strike to Josh Naylor. Under at second, of course, Webb's responsibility, and so Keller would love to close the book for him. Chopper, easy one at first for Harper. And 5 scoreless innings put up by Team USA's pitching staff. Logan Webb carrying the load tonight. On to the 6th, 3-0. And a new pitcher into the game for Team Canada. You go from a kid in Ashman to a 37-year-old in skates give out. Breaks his tailbone. Bregman breaks this ball down the line, but foul. Amon, though. Toro gets a knuckling one hopper. This time throws on the mark to get Bregman. You mentioned Amon.
Pool play, and as it go on, obviously the teams that advance, their rosters won't have as many of those stories. Young players getting a chance to bounce back and win the pool.
Soft bouncer. Amon won't get there. Nobody will in time to get Anthony. The infield hit. 2-0. Wow, there's that sound. Did he keep it fair? Not quite. Does that count?
That counts.
That was a click. That was 3-1 comes home. Just misses for ball 4, and they're first and second. New pitcher for Canada is Adam Mako. He's in the Blue Jays organization, AA and AAA last year.
Better curveball changeup.
Goes to the slider for his first pitch. Is born in Slovakia. Up the middle goes Terang under the base hit for the Brewer. Anthony's in to score. 4-0 USA as they find the board for the first time since early.
More breathing room, the better.
He's got a single and a fly out to the wall in center field. Swats one into center field, may get 2 base hits for PCA. A run batted in as Raleigh comes in. And the U.S. leads 5-0.
And the difference really is when you get 2 out rallies, they're apt to make mistakes.
Down the line, backhand Toro steps on the bag, running throw and a double play to get Bobby Witt. to finish off the top of the sixth, but a pair and advance to the semifinal to take on the Dominican Republic on Sunday. Brad Keller replaced Logan. He's talking about today trying to find that balance when instead of just over trying and gripping the bat and trying so hard every time you're up there. Grounds this one to second, and he said, I wish I had it figured out. It's his third World Baseball Classic. He said his career. He was 97 last year. Good time for it going into free agency. Cashed in with a 2-year deal with the Phillies. Here's his 3-1 to Casey. Downstairs, ball 4. Take up. Takes a slider for a strike. Toro, we mentioned, started his career here with the Houston. Wave and a miss to the change. Hitting homers. Toro over the mound, charging his short whip. Flips a throw over to first to get him. And they get final. Ben's in there for a strike on Black. Going to face off with the Puerto Rico team. Got a bunch of young and hungry, relative unknown players that have started to make their names. Did so hosting the pool round. 1-2 on Tyler Black. Hits this one by Bregman into left field for a base hit to get Canada on the board. With 2 outs, they crack through here in the 6th. It's 5-1. Ben, 5-1 lead for the U.S. Gabe Spire comes in for Mark DeRosa. Runner at first, 2 out. Yeah, strike 1 on Bo Naylor. This is the 3rd game in this World Baseball Classic. Spire harder to hit. Caught the corner.
And then he'll mix in that slider. He's a 3-pitch pitcher. And
towering fly ball to deep right field. Judge is going back. Forget about it. Bo Naylor finds the second deck, and Canada's back in this game. Home runs have been a problem for Team USA all tournament. They've given up more than anybody now, and it's 5-3.
Well, a slider middle into a left-hander is not a good recipe, and that is exactly where that pitch was. He's trying to get it away. Of course, when you leave it middle in to a lefty on lefty, they stay on that pitch about as good as anyone, and he was able to deliver there. A big moment, and now it's a long ways.
That's the 10th home run given up by Team USA pitching. That breaks a tie coming into this game with Brazil and the Czech Republic. 2 countries that United States 1999 had a walk-off hit against the U.S. Clark down to 3rd. Bregman's got to be quick with Clark's speed. And he is to finish off. Adam Macko stays in. And a wicked cut and a miss from Harper. Be interesting to see how Canada plays this right here. You've got lefty, righty, lefty. Harper, Judge, Schwarber. Canada striking back with 3 in the bottom of the 6th. On a 1-1, Harper fouls it off, strike 2. Harper's 0 for 3 today. Reached on a fielder. Harper leading off the 7th. Taking strike 3. Bill Miller goes off at the outside corner by a couple inches there to ring up Harper. 1 away. Swing and a miss over a change. On this 1-1 pitch, tries to lay off. Offered, strike 2. Macko coming right after him. Here he comes to the 1-2. He misses high. Fly ball, center field, but again, not quite enough on it, and Denzel Clark's got it. Didn't miss it by much.
Got it down just enough and away.
Schwarber. Actually, I was talking with Schwarber about that home run before the game today. 1-2 on Schwarber. Couple young pitchers in this game, really impressing. For him out, goes 1, 2, 3 through Harper, Judge, and Schwarber. And we stretch in a game that is too close for comfort for the United States.
From Pat McAfee, from David Ross to join Team USA. Looking back, how happy are you that you said yes?
Damn happy. I'm very happy.
I want to get that tying run at home plate too many times.
Julian, who drew a walk his last time, breaks this one on the ground to second. Bryce Terrain can't get it cleanly, and the leadoff man is on, and the tying run is up just like that. As with 15 home runs last year for the Marlins, is up there as the tying run in the 7th. Team Canada, where they've never gone before, into the knockout round, and now there's buckled his knees, 0-2. Bednar, the New York Yankees,
Keeping his hands back.
bouncing ball left side. Witt's able to get there. Jump throw across the diamond, not in time. Another infield hit to nothing. What feels like minutes ago. 1 ball, 1 strike on Naylor. 3-1 on Naylor. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. Bottom falls out of that splitter. 3-2. Bednar fires. Naylor pops it up. Left side as good as a strikeout right there for David Bednar. Bregman's got it one away.
That is a huge out for a run.
Skid strike 1. And another strikeout prone hitter. Have a hand. Running out of chances. Down 0-2.
And you know what O'Neill was in his brief spring training with his team? 7 for 11.
Jeez.
So it just goes.
Now the 1-2. He struck him out. Bednar's 1-0. A strike.
I don't remember.
Got it by him. Slowed him down with a curveball in the 70s, and then 96 speeds by. Strike to pitch. Hey, got him. He somehow gets out of it unscathed.
Incredible job.
This is Matt Tugboat Wilkinson. Out 7 of them. You hear that and you picture high flying, high velocity stuff. Tugboat throws 91. Smash foul.
2 innings.
Straight up on the infield. Who wants it? Josh Naylor comes on, gives way to Julian. Of course, you have to be mindful of your usage, not just for the guys and respecting their regular seasons and their build-ups, but 1-1 to Anthony. Caught the top, 1-2. Anthony wants. Carves out a fly ball to left field for Owen Casey. How much better he was against left-handed pitching. Had an OPS above 1,000 last year against lefties. For his career, there was 7. Wilkinson ahead, 1-2. Well, you got Wilkinson looking for a 1-2-3-8. And he's got it with a high fastball against the big dumper. Tugboat gets dumper. And we go to the bottom. And Garrett Whitlock is on the pitch. Abraham Toro leads off and takes strike 1.
Garrett doesn't mess around. He attacks the zone. You see the
Toro lofts one into right field. Judge is on the run. He's there.
hit their way on and they hit their way to victory. Well, that's just sometimes you got to live with it.
1 ball, 1 strike on Tyler Black. The last inning, ball and a strike. Here he comes. It's popped foul. Headed for the seats. 1 and 2 on Black. 1 for Terang and Pete Crow Armstrong. 4 for 6 in this game. That's half of the team's hits. That is a wave and a miss. Helplessly, Black retired. 2 out. Naylor to second, and it's caught by Terang. 8 innings in the book.
Trade for him right now.
Matt Arnold not answering. Sending it voicemail if he knows you're calling about. Takes ball 4. A leadoff walk here in the 9th inning. Looking for some insurance before from him. A little spinner off the end of the bat. Knuckles its way up the middle. Lopez with a nifty play to turn 2. That thing had as much English. Strike 1 on Witt. After Witt, it's Harper, the number 24 that he wore on those teams. Come back. Yeah, he is fed up with Bill Miller. Yeah, that's been shouting out there. 3-1. And now 3-2. A payoff pitch to Bryce Harper. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So to the bottom of the 9th we go.